Now let's head over to Hawthorne Drum Shop to check out a vintage Camco kit.
This is your baby, Camco. Tell me all the reasons that you love Camco.
Oh. I don't know, man. They're just they're my favorite sounding drums, favorite brand of all time.
When did you discover them? Because they're kind of a rare drum to find.
You know, it was probably 4 or 5 years ago. I got like the first Camco kit. And like you hear like, oh yeah, I can't. But it was just different. It's they sound like I want drums to sound. They kind of like have the perfect balance of like warmth and resonance and volume. It's kind of all rolled into one.
Where would you put them on, like, because I think of Slingerland being the deadest, right? Would that be a
the
fair?
Dentist?
Deadest, like the most dead.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're probably most similar to like a Cleveland era Rogers, I think, in my opinion. Because you know that era Rogers is kind of like, man, it just sounds so rich and like not too much resonant, but like just very lively, and you know the drums will do exactly, you touch it and you can just hear like do exactly what you want them to do. They're unique. They have the turret style lugs, which is like probably the most unique lug style. Very noticeable. I have a personal Camco kit I keep here. People come in and is that a DW? And I explain, no, it's a Camco. They proceed a DW.
Right.
And DW is popular in its own right. So
yeah, so DW bought Camco, right? At least the tooling for all this.
So
stuff?
DW and Tama both bought Camco.
Right, they divided.
Like kind of like, I think it was DW bought all like the tooling and the machining, and then like the shells might have went. I don't know exactly. There's kind of some debate over that. The Camco factories. There was Oaklawn, there was Chanute, which is in Kansas, and then there was LA. So LA was like before Camco was bought by DW. So this was like almost like a George Way-ish kit. It's got like the fatter re-rings. I think these are 4-ply shells. George Way preceded Camco. We'll talk about that in another podcast. A lot of original parts on these. Camcos are special. These are brass hoops, and they're kind of like a rolled, taller hoop. They're really, really good. A lot of kits are missing those. They use like big old fat tension rod washers. A lot of those are on this kit. I'm trying to think what else. It's got a quote-unquote factory Ludwig cymbal mount on there. When I say
really?
Factory, yeah, you know, it was probably ordered to the drum shop, and the customer asked to have cymbal mount added. So yeah, I added it on there.
Did they always use a rail mount, or was there any other option? You know?
I think that was standard for the like Oaklawn era. My LA kit has kind of like a diamond mount on it, which would break pretty often. I think that this is a Spade, yeah. The mufflers on these drums are really weird. I can't show them to you because they're all missing. They were like, they're placed a lot farther down on the drum, and then there's like a kind of, I can't remember what they call them, but you twist this knob and then it actually like screws in and out of the muffler. It doesn't work very well, but they're all missing. You can see how low it is on the snare drum there.
Oh yeah.
These are called Aristocrat lugs. They also made another lug called a Tuxedo lug, which is like kind of longer. These ones are more popular in my opinion. This is missing the micro adjuster. In this part, the throw-off part works, but this is all just gone. The funny thing is, George Way is not as desirable as Camco. I would think it would be the other way. I don't know if it's because of the shells or whatever. I've never played a George Way kit, but you know, this is like the cream of the crop. Like we were talking about how this compares to my LA kit. They're similar, but like these are more musical to me. And I think like so are Rogers drums, which I think is kind of what makes them so special. And I think once they went to the Chanute factory, there might have been some QC errors and issues. I think I had a Chanute kit, and one of the edges was like mega flat on it, but it sounded amazing.
And this Black Diamond Pearl is very different than the one we looked at.
It kind of looks like Slingerland in a way. Kind of like a bigger flake. There's some fade on the bass drum, not too bad. And also, you know, one of the things that drum stores would do back in the day is they'd put their tag underneath the badge.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what that residue's from. I've seen them where they actually screwed the badge in. That bothers some people. I think it's kind of a neat piece of history.